Abataya Shala, Rakataya Shala, Shalom. Kwam Ya Shala, y'all. Hey, Shalom, y'all. Yeah, Shalom. Shalom. Yeah. Mic check 1, 2, 1, 2. Shalom, Shalom. Ahabataya Shala, Barakataya Shala, Shalom. Hey, this is going to be a marvelous lesson. This is going to be an important lesson for you to understand the Bible and its prophecies and its people. And this is going to be a magnificent lesson for you to pass on to other people that don't really understand the Bible. Huh?
Gone.
So today's lesson is called Slavery in the Bible. Once again, today's lesson is called Slavery in the Bible. Kwam Yashala, right? Because a lot of people don't realize our slavery, our captivity is a big part of the Bible. It's a huge part of the Bible. It's part of our covenant with the Most High God. It's part of our sign of being Israelites. It's biblical prophecy, it's biblical past and future. And it's how you get full understanding of the scriptures. Our slavery, yes. The transatlantic slave trade, the sub-Saharan slave trade is found in the Bible. It is very important that you come to grips with that. It's very important you come to grips with that because this is biblical prophecy, right? Me at Exodus 20 and 2. So luckily, y'all, I got a bit of a cold. I work in a warehouse, and it's basically outdoors, right? I'll be dealing with them unloading and loading of the trucks. You heard?
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 2.
Bring it out.
I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
I'm the Lord thy God that brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage, right? So God for sure makes sure that he is known for what he has done for the children of Israel. And the most important thing he has done for the children of Israel is take them out of the hands of the most mighty, the most rich, the most luxurious and mysterious, right, dynasty that the world has ever known. Egypt, Mizraim, Kemet, whatever name you know them by, right? The ancient Egyptian dynasty and all these mysteries and all these movies attached to it and all its treasures and all its wondrous structures that mankind to this day still doesn't really know why they were so accurate when it comes to the making of the stones, the placing of the stones, the building of the pyramids. It's still a mystery to mankind to this day. The way that they're positioned, how it formats with the stars, it connects with the constellation of the universe. A mighty dynasty. The Most High God took you out of that, though. He destroyed all the gods of Egypt for you. So this is an important part of the Bible. Let me get Deuteronomy 5 and 6. A very important part of the Bible. To this very day, they marvel at the intelligence of the Egyptians. Your Pythagorean math comes from Pythagoras in Egyptian, right?
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 5 and verse 6. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage.
Right, he brought you out of Egypt, a mighty dynasty, a mighty kingdom. And he took you out of Egypt, out of a house of bondage, out of slavery. You were slaves in Egypt. That was your captivity. Your captivity was Egypt. Now, did the children of Israel go from captivity to captivity to captivity in the Bible? Yes. Read the book of Judges. Read the book of Daniel, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel. You'll see that the children of Israel always went into slavery. right? And they went into slavery out of disobedience to God. That's the same reason why we are just coming out of this slavery, right? The transatlantic slave trade, that was biblical prophecy. That's going to happen to the children of Israel when they disobey their God, right? Let me get the book of Joshua, chapter 24, verse 17. Joshua 24, 17. Listen, y'all like, y'all share, y'all subscribe, man. It's very important that you have to understand that the children of Israel, when they go against the laws of their God, when they break the covenant of the Most High God, they go into slavery. It's very important that you know that. It happens all through the Bible. They want you to forget that. They want you to forget that in Christianity. That when the children of Israel, the Most High God's chosen people, when they go against his ways, they go into slavery. They want you to forget that in Christianity, but that's a big part of the Bible. Let me get that in Joshua 24, 17.
This is the book of Joshua, chapter 24 and verse 17.
Come on.
For the Lord, your God, he is it that brought us up and our fathers out of the land of Egypt.
Out of where?
Out of the land of Egypt.
Right, out of slavery. He brought us and our fathers up out of slavery. That's a very important thing. Come on.
From the house of bondage.
From what?
From the house of bondage.
House of bondage means slavery. The house of bondage means slavery. It's all over the Bible that the children of Israel get brought out of slavery. They get put in slavery out of punishment, constantly in the Bible. That's a constant Bible narrative. So if these people don't have a history of slavery that they can prove, they're not the children of Israel. Just like we went into the transatlantic slave trade and the sub-Saharan slave trade, that is it. That is us linking ourselves as the children of Israel because it's biblical prophecy that would happen. Come on.
And which did those great signs of our sight and perceived.
You see, those are great signs, right? That we perceive. Come on.
And perceived us in all the way wherein we went.
And perceived us all the way of the ways that we went, man. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, every way that we went was according to God's prophecy. So we went into slavery, we came here to America, we went to the islands of the sea, we went all around the earth through the transatlantic slave trade and the sub-Saharan slave trade, right? Because you Muslims, y'all gonna get it too. You Arabs, yes. You the ones that sold us to the white man. You and the Hamitic Africans, yes you did. Ham and Ishmael, they teamed up to put us in slavery and sold us to the white man. That's why we got over here. So it's biblical prophecy how we got over here. Let me get Deuteronomy 28 and 15. Let me get Deuteronomy 28 and 15. See, when I figured out the Bible, right, that helped me with a lot of my self-confidence. Because growing up as a nigga, as a Niger, right, nowadays they put the ninja, right? As a ninja, growing up as a right? You often have an inferiority complex. In Jamaica right now, right? My descendants go back to Jamaica, whatever, tribe of Benjamin, right? Right now in Jamaica, they have a serious problem of bleaching their skin, trying to look like the white man. It's an inferiority complex. You think that you went into slavery because the white man was superior to you. You think that you went into slavery because the white man was somehow better than you. No. You went into slavery for disobeying the Most High God. And he took away your power. And the white man just took advantage of that. Only thing the white man was smart enough to do was take advantage of you when God was disciplining you. That's the only reason you were in slavery. Because the Most High God punished you. And the other nations turned against you while you was in a weak state. You didn't go into slavery for any kind of inferiority. You actually went into slavery because you was superior, not inferior. You was chosen of God, and you didn't meet up to the requirements that he put for you. And this is why I say us as a people, we have to step up our bar and follow the Torah. As soon as we start following the Torah, all those curses that was on us is going to turn to blessings. And then all the curses that was on us is going to fall onto our enemies. That's why they want you in sin. They don't want the same curses that was on you to go on them. They don't want to go into slavery. But as soon as you start keeping the Torah, those type of things will happen. Thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Holy Bible. Get Deuteronomy 28 and 15.
15.
Yeah, 15. You know 15.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15.
Come on.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all the curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
That all the curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. So we have a covenant. We have a blood covenant with God. Now, if we don't keep the commandments, all the curses are going to fall upon us. And these curses are a sign and wonder. Read at verse 31.
Verse 31. Thine ox shall be slain before thy eyes.
No, that's not what I wanted. Be 41. Go to 41.
Verse 41. Thou shalt beget sons and daughters.
Right, we got to have sons and daughters. Come on.
But thou shalt not enjoy them.
But we're not going to enjoy our sons and daughters. Why?
For they shall go into captivity.
They shall what?
Go into captivity.
They shall go into captivity, man. Come on, read on.
Read on.
Yeah.
Verse 42. All thy trees and fruits of thy land shall the locusts consume.
Right, so we're not gonna be successful in nothing that we do, and our children shall go into slavery. Who else is known for their children even going into slavery? Right? Let me get verse 64.
64.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 64.
Read that.
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
The Lord shall what?
Scatter thee among all people.
The Lord shall scatter thee among all people. How are we scattered? Through the sub-Saharan slave trade that transferred into the transatlantic slave trade. What do they call the transatlantic slave trade in school again?
It's been a long time.
Is what do they call it again? The Middle Passage or something like that?
The Middle East trade, I don't know, something like that.
It's something like the middle something trade, right? They try to like smooth it out for the new generation.
Middle East trade, I think it was.
Right? They're trying to make it seem like the try something trade actually. It was like the triangular trade. They try to smooth it out for the new generation. But yes, the transatlantic slave trade scattered us all through the earth, but especially here in the Americas, because that's where slavery was the biggest business. In the West Indian Islands, especially the islands of Hispaniola, which you say Haiti, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, whatever, South America, North America, those are the biggest consumers when it came to the slave trade. Huh? Right, read on. We're going to start from the beginning.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 64.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other.
From one end of the earth unto the other, come on.
And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
Even what?
Even wood and stone.
The wood god is what? Christianity, that cross. So now we serving a different God, which is in Christianity, a God that doesn't want us to do no commandments and say the law is done away with. And then you have a God of stone, was the Arab God. The Arab God of stone, which is found in Mecca, that Kaaba stone. We are cursed by following those two things. So you people into Islam, you didn't escape oppression by going from Christianity to Islam. You just went from a white slave master to an Arab slave master. Straight facts, right? We get 28 and 68.
68. Mm-hmm. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee unto Egypt again with ships.
With what?
With ships.
The Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again. That means slavery, right? Egypt is just a Greek word for bondage or slavery called Egyptos. The real land that we used to call it was Mizraim, because like we were stuck between a rock and a hard place, stuck in a burden, right? They used to call it ancient Kemet, but it was known for what? Slavery. It got built up on the backs of Hebrews. That's why it says he shall bring you into slavery again. How?
With ships.
With ships. So the transatlantic slave trade is Bible prophecy. It said the children of Israel shall go into slavery again with the ships. Come on.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
Come on.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
Thou shalt see it no more again. Come on.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
You shall be what?
Sold unto your enemies.
You shall be sold unto your enemies. We were sold to our enemies. We went on auction blocks. The first thing ever sold on the stock market was Negroes. We was insured on boats to go and be sold. We were sold unto our enemies. Come on.
For bondmen and bondwomen.
For slave men and slave women. Come on.
And no man shall buy you.
And no man ever redeemed us. Let me get verse 46. So the slavery that our children went through, even to this very day, is CPS taking our children. Our children get locked up in mass incarceration, right? Our men get locked up in mass incarceration, all the way to the slave trade, the transatlantic slave trade, to the sub-Saharan slave trade. All that is biblical prophecy. We get verse 46.
Verse 46.
Come on.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign.
And these signs, the slavery that we went through is going to be upon us for a sign, so they can know who the children of Israel are. It's like you go for an exit, you look for that sign, that bathroom sign. Okay, I know they got restrooms over there. You go on the exit, you see that food sign, I know they got food over there. These are the signs you know the children of Israel is over here. Come on.
And for a wonder,
like, wow, these people that went through a lot. And they won't let you forget you was a slave. You're always coming out with them damn slave movies. Well, thank you for reminding us we're the children of Israel. Come on.
And upon thy seed forever.
And upon our seed forever. So there's not a time when the children of Israel ever disobeyed the Most High God and not went into slavery. It didn't say anything about a Holocaust. It didn't say anything about a gas chamber. It said slavery on ships. That's what it said. That's how you can identify the children of Israel. And that's a very important part of the Bible. Let me get Daniel 9 and 11. Every time we broke the laws of God, we went into slavery. That is a constant Bible narrative found in the Old Testament and in the New. We're going to get that in the New too. Come on. We in the book of Daniel, chapter 9, verse 11. I pray y'all take your notes. Y'all like, y'all share, y'all subscribe, man. This is a very important part of the Bible, which helps you connect the Bible to reality. Y'all have a non-realistic look at the Bible. No, the Bible is real. It's about us, the children of Israel, our culture, our heritage. That's what this book is about, man. Come on.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 9 and verse 11. Yea, all Israel have transgressed the law, thy law.
All Israel has transgressed thy law. So what happens when we break the laws of God? We go into slavery. Come on.
Even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice.
Come on.
Therefore the curse is poured upon us.
So the curse, the slavery is poured upon us. Come on.
And the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of God.
And the oath that is written in the law of Moses, right? We have a blood covenant with the Most High God that is written in the Torah. So when they tell you that the law is done away with, all they want to do is to take away your knowledge of what you're supposed to do. We're supposed to be living by the laws of the Torah. That's why our communities are out of order. That's why our households are out of order. That's why we have no nationhood. Because we're not following the laws, statutes, and commandments which are found in the Torah. Come on.
Because we have sinned against him.
We have what?
Sinned against him.
We have sinned against him. Come on.
That's it on
Right? That's it on that. Let me get the book of Isaiah chapter 5, verse 13. We have sinned against the Most High God. That's why we're in this predicament. This is why the so-called white man is ruling over us. It's not because he's so greater than us or so mighty than us or superior to us. All it is that we disobeyed our Father. We disobeyed our Father. We had our titles stripped from us from our Father. We got kicked out of our house by our Father. And while we was in the streets, hungry, alone, and weak, that's when they took advantage. That's all there is. The so-called white man by no means is superior to us. We are the chosen of the Most High God. The Chinese man, the white man, the Arab man, the African man, none of them is even close to us. They just took advantage of us because we broke the commandments. Come on.
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 5 verse 13. Therefore my people are gone into captivity.
Therefore my people are gone into captivity. It's a constant narrative all through the Bible that the children of Israel, once they disobey God, they go into slavery because God took them out of slavery. God didn't have to take us out of slavery in Egypt. Egypt was a very mighty, beautiful, illustrious, creative, advanced society back in the ancient world. He destroyed that place for us and took us up out of there. We owe him. And once we act like we don't owe him, he puts us right back into slavery. Right? And we get in the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 1. Joel 3 and 1, right? Once we act like we don't owe him, he's going to remind us where we came from. Right? A lot of us are like that. Once we get our money up, once we get our clout up, once we get, you know what I'm saying, we forget where we come from. We forget the people that helped us out when we was down. God don't be letting that slide though. God is not like a chump or a sucker or a sugar daddy in the sky. As soon as we get puffed up and we act like we don't need him no more, he said, okay, snatch that from your stupid ass. And we back into slavery. We get that.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 1. For behold, in those days, and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem.
See, Judah and Jerusalem, the northern and the southern kingdom, right, in slavery. Come on. Yeah, read verse 2.
Verse 2, I will also gather all the nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Right, bringing them into the Middle East. This is why we have so much tension in the Middle East. There's no peace in the Middle East because God is going to bring every nation, right, into subjection under us. Even while we're in slavery to this day, while we're being oppressed, God has set it up that we can rule again. So it's very important we start keeping the Torah. So when he puts us in a ruler class position, we be ready for it. Come on.
And will plead with them, therefore my people, and for my heritage, Israel.
Right, he's going to plead for them, for his people and his heritage, who is Israel. Come on.
Whom they have scattered among the nations.
Right, like it says in Deuteronomy. We are scattered amongst the nations. Come on.
And parted my land.
And then what?
Parted my land.
Now you have Gaza, now you have the state of Israel, now you have Afghanistan, Palestine, Iran, Yemen. All that is really one land. Like all that is God's land. But that's what happened. We got kicked out and they parted our land. Right, read on? Read on.
Verse 3. They have cast lots of my people.
They have cast lots for his people. They sold his people. Right, come on.
And I've given a boy for a harlot.
Giving a boy for a harlot, man. Sold him like he was a whore. And treat him like a whore. Nowadays, they always put you black rappers in dresses for a reason. Made you into a harlot, my nigga. Come on.
And sold a girl for wine.
And now girls are cheap as wine. Look at the OnlyFans. Right? I could get a bottle of Taylor Port for the same price I subscribe to see a girl naked. Sold a girl for wine. Come on.
That they might drink.
That's it on that. Right, we get Jeremiah 33:7. Same price for a bottle of Taylor Port. I could look at your OnlyFans and see a daughter of Zion naked. See her playing with herself. See her get ran through. Probably inbox her and probably do some of the running through myself. That's how cheap our women are nowadays. That's because of the slavery and the curses of Deuteronomy. That's not because we are inferior people. We get that Jeremiah 33:7.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 33 and verse 7.
Come on.
And I will cause the captivity of Judah and the captivity of Israel to return.
Read.
And will build them as at the first.
Right? So he's gonna take away our slavery and rebuild us back into our glory eventually. But we gotta keep these laws, statutes, and commandments and wait for our Messiah to return, who is Jesus Christ, who the world knows as Jesus Christ. But in the Hebrew tongue, Hamashiach Yahushua, our King, our Lord, our Redeemer. Right? We get Psalms chapter 126 and verse 1. Right? I pray that y'all understanding this, right? If y'all following along, let me get a con 777 in the chat. If y'all following along, y'all understand what's going on, let me get a con 777 in the chat. Right? If y'all understand what's going on, like, hey, when we bring these commandments, we go into slavery. It's all over the Bible, right? Bring that out.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 126 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
When the Lord turned again the captivity of Zion.
When the Lord did what?
Turned again the captivity of Zion.
When the Lord again turned the captivity of Zion. Come on.
We were like that dumb that dreamed.
So it says that when the Most High God redeems us this time, we're going to be like those that dream. That means like it's going to seem like a dream. Like, damn, we was in slavery? Like, damn, we had these people ruling over us?
Since when?
Since when? How? How? Right? That's what it's going to be like. Right? So this is all Bible prophecy. Let me get the book of Isaiah. Matter of fact, before you get that, let me get Luke chapter 21, verse 24. Yeah, we get Luke 21 and 24. Let me show you this out of the New Testament. Y'all like, y'all share, and y'all subscribe. Let me show you that it says that the children of Israel shall go into slavery, even in the New Testament.
Luke 21, 24.
Yeah, this is red letters because it's the word of Christ. You see, it's red letters all through right here. Christ has saved us. You're a king, right? Come on.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 21 and verse 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword.
Right, it says that our people shall fall by the edge of the sword, right? Because we're going through the curses. Come on.
And shall be led away captive.
We shall be doing what?
Led away captive.
We're going to go into slavery. That's what it says. Come on.
Into all nations.
Into what?
Into all nations.
We shall be scattered into all nations. That's the same thing it said in the law. So how's the law done away with when Christ is saying the same thing that the Lord said? Come on.
And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles.
And it said Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles. That means what? The heathen is going to be in control of our Holy Land. Come on.
Until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
And we almost at that time when the time of the Gentiles is fulfilled. That's why the Most High God is gathering the Israelites again, and he's gathering all nations and putting them at war, World War III in the Middle East.
Come.
So we get Isaiah chapter 14, verse 21. All Bible prophecy. But according to the Bible, the same people that put us into slavery is going to go into slavery. Big facts. Right. So let's get that.
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob.
Come on.
And will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land.
Come on.
And the strangers shall be joined with them. And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
And they shall what?
Cleave to the house of Jacob.
So when the Lord redeems us, when the Lord brings us back to our own land, these heathen are going to cleave to the house of Jacob. Come on.
Verse 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place.
And we're going to take the heathen and bring them to a brand new place. Come on.
And they and the house of Israel shall possess them.
And the house of Israel shall what?
Shall possess them.
We're going to possess the other people that used to possess us. Come on.
in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
And we're going to have them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. Come on.
And they shall take them captives.
We shall take them as captives. Come on.
Whose captives they were.
Whose captives we were. We were these guys' slaves. And now, on the return of Christ, they're going to be our slaves. Come on.
And they shall rule over their oppressors.
And we're going to rule over our oppressors, man. We get that in the book of Revelations, chapter 13, verse 9. Yeah, like that. Oh, it's like that for real. Yeah. Facts. Big facts, right? People that put us in slavery is going to go into slavery. Thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Heavenly Father, thus saith the Bible. Come on.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 9.
Come on.
If a man have an ear, let him hear.
If any man have an ear, let him hear. Come on.
Verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity.
If you lead a people into slavery, come on.
Shall go into captivity.
You're going to go into slavery. Come on.
He that killeth with the sword.
If you have been slaughtering people all this time with the sword, come on.
Must be killed with the sword.
Must be killed with the sword, come on.
Here is the patience of the saints, of the faith of the saints.
Read that again.
Here is the patience of the faith of the saints.
Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. The patience and faith of the saints is ways to put the people in slavery that had them in slavery. All through the Bible is the same thing. We get Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 1.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, when all these things are come unto thee, the blessings and the curses.
Right, so after we go through the blessings and the curses, right, this is part of the law, this is part of Bible prophecy, come on.
Which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations, whether the Lord thy God hath driven thee.
So in all the nations that we were driven in, every nation that we were cast in, we're going to come to mind and figure out, oh shoot, we are the people of the curses and blessings. Come on.
Verse 2.
Yeah.
Verse 2. And shall return unto the Lord thy God, and shall obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day.
Right, so we're supposed to come back to the commandments. When we figure out, oh man, we the children of Israel, that's why we're in slavery. That's when we come back to all the commandments. Come on.
Thou and thy children with all thy heart.
So us and our children, that's why you see my son over here reading for me. I'm doing exactly as the Lord said, right? Once we do that, that's when he's going to bless us. Read on.
With all thy heart and all thy soul. That's on that.
Right? Let me get verse 7.
Verse 7. And the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thy enemies.
Or what?
All these curses upon thy enemies.
And as soon as we start to keep the commandments as a nation, that's when all the curses that was on us is going to go on our enemies, including the slavery. This is why they're trying to avoid us from keeping the commandments. This is why they just made a bill in Canada trying to make the Bible illegal. They're going to make bills in America too, trying to make the Bible illegal, because the real Israelites are waking up. This is why they got so mad at Kyrie and Kanye and anybody else that said the Jews are black. Because as soon as we wake up, they go into slavery. Chain of chains, whips, yeah, all that. All that. Big facts.
Con.
We get Jeremiah 30 and 16. We can start winding it down.
Jeremiah 30 and 16.
Jeremiah 30 and 16. Right? And you share this with your family. It's a quick, easy lesson. A quick, easy lesson to understand how slavery and the Bible go hand in hand, and what makes the Bible real is slavery. What makes the slavery real is the Bible. Come on.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, not Deuteronomy, it's like it. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30 and verse 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee,
all that devour thee, every nation that conquered us, come on,
shall be devoured.
Shall be conquered, shall be devoured, come on.
And all thy adversaries
all our adversaries, all our enemies, everybody that took a hand and took part in the slave trade, come on.
Every one of them shall go into captivity.
Shall do what?
Go into captivity.
And every single last one of them is going to go into slavery, according to the Bible. So yes, according to the Bible, when Christ returns, he's going to put everybody that put black people and Hispanic people and Native American people in slavery, or everybody that took part in that, every nation that took part in that is going to go into slavery. Thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Holy Bible. We get Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let's get up out of here. Don't blame me, blame God. Come on.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, and verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Come on.
Fear God.
Do what?
Fear God.
Fear God. Come on.
And keep his commandments.
And keep his commandments. That's how you're going to get rulership, black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. Come on.
For this is the whole duty of man.
And that's the whole duty of man. But saying that, definite instruction to all the nations that persecute us and try to drive us away from our Father and our culture, peace and prosperity, right? To the 12 tribes worldwide, right? Rulership and conquering to the mighty Lion of Judah, from Mashiach Yahushai, his 12 disciples and the 144,000. I like to say peace in the Hebrew tongue, which is Shalom. Shalom.